Pulschat.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to our Pulschat. This one's actually just going to go over some really small things, but we're just going to talk a little bit about the Switch online service and outline some of the things that's in there and our thoughts about it. Same deal with Virtual Console. We'll talk a little bit about the Star Fox Racing and kind of be puzzled together about this Splatoon info that's supposed to shock the world. But let's start off with the online services. So I have that pulled up here. So looking at this, it's individual memberships, $3.99 US dollars, $7.99 US dollars, and $19.99. So we're looking at 1 month, 3 month, 12 month. That's cheap. I'm just gonna start off in pricing. That's cheap. I'm okay with that. I pay $60 a year for PlayStation and Xbox, which is disgusting. So $20 a year, I'm definitely okay with. Although their services are drastically different, but we will definitely go over that. What are your thoughts on the pricing, I guess, to start off with?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, it's super cheap. But a very good move by Nintendo on multiple accounts. You know, I think a lot of people expect their online to be garbage, so I think their price to get lowered to be like, oh no, it's not garbage, and it's really cheap. And you know, another thing is obviously just cheaper. Online makes for more competition between the others. Now, the others are going to feel like they need to bring theirs lower because everyone's jumping on board with Nintendo. So, yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one thing Nintendo is going to need to make sure they do, though, to make that online service feel like the other competitors need to jump on and change their prices, as if all of those heavy hitters like Call of Duty and all that stuff comes out on the Switch, because then people are going to look at the Switch as the cheaper avenue to play the exact same games and online. I mean, although it would have been the cheaper avenue anyway if the online was free, but like it kind of is right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm okay with paying for online. When you pay for online, you get a lot of services that you otherwise can't get free because that comes out of the company's pocket for whatever. Like kind of how PS3, its online was absolute shit compared to the 360, but it was free, so you can't complain. Switch currently is free, but it is very, very, very limited. Exponentially limited. So paying for the service does make sense in some regard. It just depends on what they add. And what we know of what they're adding, I don't know for myself if it matters too much versus what I'm already doing with it. But I guess before I go into that, let's look at those features. So the online play lets you play games that you're already playing right now, and including Mario Tennis Aces, which currently is not out at this moment. When it comes out pretty soon here, online's going to work. It's going to be free. So basically, these games you're playing right now already, you're going to have to pay for again later on to actually get on to play online. So that's Splatoon and that Mario Kart that we're streaming every Sunday, every Saturday, and every Monday. I'm going to have to start paying for an online service to play those games. I wonder how many people are going to be able to do that right off the gate, because a lot of kids I play Splatoon with all the time. And when they have to start paying for online, I might not see them again.
Right.
So it kind of sucks that things that are already pre-existent can't have free online, and then everything later on has paid. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of something there that sucks. Their other thing is enjoy 20 NES games added for the online play, and you'll be able to play them online as well, whatever features they add to those. Save data cloud backup. Now, some people were against the fact that you have to pay to have the save data cloud backup, but Sony is the same way. You can't access their cloud services without having PlayStation Plus. And I feel like that Switch online offer thing needs to, as far as like using your phone, needs to go.
Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed. The app is still relevant. Like they're still talking about it, which is weird.
Like, it is a really good idea. Like, it's a phenomenal idea. It's just dumb. That's the problem. Like, I can already imagine.
Like Star-Lord.
Yeah.
I like your plan, except it sucks.
Like, I can already imagine I'm gonna play. Let's say I'm gonna play Smash Brothers with some friends. I whip up my phone. I set up the lobby on my phone. Like, my Switch just stays the way it is. Set up my lobby on my phone. Send out all my invites on my phone. I got my tournaments. Drag and drop everybody where they need to be. Start. Boom. Everybody gets their invite. Perfect. We all join. What makes it dumb is why do I need to talk to them on my phone? Like, setting everything up in your lobbies and stuff on your phone, I think is a phenomenal idea. The problem is having to talk to them there. I don't want to talk to anybody on there. I want to use my console. So, like, I don't have to leave my screen. I can use the second screen, my phone, to set things up. But I shouldn't have to use it as the central hub for everything online for the Switch. I think that's the problem.
Right.
Because they did say eventually you'll be... I've already in the sentence, I have to say it anyway. Eventually you'll be able to use your phone to purchase stuff off of the eShop. That's something you could do if you go to their website, but they're adding that online service as an application for the phone, so you don't have to go straight to the eShop if you're busy with something you do on your phone and continue what you're doing. So I'm okay with that, because it's kind of like the Microsoft app, but you shouldn't have to make, like, at least voice chat and parties central to the phone, because I do see that creating an issue. A lot of people don't have phones, even though they should, because this day and age you kind of need one, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I kind of agree with everything you said. When it comes to that stupid app, I think it, like you said, if they remove those very central things from it and add it to the Switch, it would be perfect. It would be obviously way better than the PlayStation app, which I think has like a terrible UI. And like you said, eventually they're gonna let us buy eShop games off of there. So that alone would put it above the PlayStation app for me, because I've tried to buy stuff off the PlayStation app and it won't even let me. So it just has so much potential, and I overall the online seems to be like Nintendo is like, yeah, we're going to give you the same limited online you've been having, except now you got to pay for it. Like, I would like an incentive to like buy your online Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, the incentive is that the games you've been playing now, you can't play ever again until you pay for it. That's their incentive. Now,
choice.
Let's see. We've already looked at the plans and pricing. We don't really care about that. Now, their FAQ, how do you purchase membership and don't care? What games? We already know what games are required. Anything that you play online with, to be honest. How can I tell if it'll say? That's already something we know. We know the pricing. How do I create a family group? Can a child? So yeah, so these are just very cloud backup. So these questions are pretty meh. One thing I do like is this family membership. An account holder might have multiple people. It's kind of like the Xbox Live Family Share.
Right.
Everybody gets to have my gold. I do like that. But
that's cool.
Yeah, that one's great. I'm okay with that. Now if I'm going to look at this from a realistic standpoint rather than being like just a general upset consumer because I have to start paying for something, let's look at the positives. Paid online means good online, better online. Even if we're playing for free right now, we all remember how Smash played online on the Wii U. With us paying for online, that definitely gives a chance for dedicated servers so your games don't lag as much. Or virtually at all. In that respect, I expect the online to be that much better. PS3 did have laggy servers a lot of times in a lot of their games, especially if it was a game where you're playing with one other person, like Dead or Alive or something. Now, when you went to pay for the online for PS4, that's not a problem you see. When I play Dead or Alive online, I don't see that issue. I do see it with Dragon Ball sometimes, but that's that company. So I'm expecting Switch Online to have very, very stable connections since we're paying for it. That's an expectation I'm having. Especially with them using cloud processing that might actually be able to speed things up as well. So in that regard, paying for it might be a good thing.
I definitely agree. I think another positive could be like they could do something crazy with these NES games. Like you never know. Like it honestly could turn them into like, I don't want to say like AAA, but like they can turn them into something like we never even imagined they could be. Like I would love to play a Super Mario Brothers 3 with a Luigi or with another Mario like that. That's one of my favorite games. I would like to play that with someone else. Like they could turn that into an entirely new experience if they wanted to.
You know, that brings me to Virtual Console. Think about it. They already came out and said, no, we're not doing Virtual Console, but they said in that avenue. So with that being said, that doesn't mean Virtual Console is gone. They just won't use that name anymore. This is a new console. They need a new identity. My idea is this Switch online service with the 20 games or whatever, they might incorporate it into that. Their special offers and that. I don't want to be the guy to say they'll put a paywall behind it, being like, oh, you have to have Nintendo Switch Online in order to access old games. Hopefully that's not an idea. But more of the thought of, you remember that, the Mario 64, we talked about that last night, the Mario 64 online game that they shut down like quickly. I've noticed the games Nintendo have been shutting down online, they've already made their own version of it. The Metroid Prime 2 remake, they shut that down, and then not even a couple months later they announced that they even had the 3D one for the 3DS. So I'm just going to spitball here. This isn't something that I'm aware of or anything. This is just something I'm spitballing. Them shutting down that service and then having this thing where they legitimately say that these classic games will have online components and multiplayer components you can play online that weren't previously in the game. What if they're using that as a way to play older games? You can pay for those older games once they take them off, kind of like Xbox's streaming service, but it adds online play, like Mario 64 Online or original Mario Brothers Online or something like that. I mean, it's just a spitballed idea, but that's what it looks like on the surface. Sort of.
Usually is what they do. Like, with the Super Mario 64 MMO thing, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And a big complaint with people that Nintendo went after it so, brashly like that for is that, they don't sell Super Mario 64 anymore. But if we apply what you just said, that makes perfect sense. Now I see why Nintendo was so harsh with whoever that was that made that game. So I can definitely see that. That makes perfect sense. Especially when they, like you said, like we're living in 2018 where Nintendo is adding online to 8-bit games. So
yeah,
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, because even just looking at this, enjoy a selection of NES games added online play. With added online play for the first time ever as a part of the paid, like, it's right there. Like,
right.
And I'm sure that's not going to be some free shit. It's going to start off free, and I bet you they're going to cycle it out and let you pay for it. I can bet anything. Because that goes along with the last thing that was being said at the very bottom. Let me just go back so I'm not saying anything incorrect. The special offers. Stay tuned for news and special offers and deals for members. So that could easily tie in with this. That special offer, just like on the Xbox, could be, enjoy these games. We're going to cycle these games out for other games. If you want this game, pay for it. This is your time to enjoy it now. I feel like that's what it's going to be. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what it's going to be. Because if they're adding online components to games like, I mean, look at the Ice Climber, Soccer, Zelda, ignore that, Mario Brothers 3, even original Donkey Kong. They're adding multiplayer to games like those.
Right.
If they can code into those games, old games that they probably don't even have the legitimate information coding for, they probably remade. They could easily do that for the older one, for like 64 games and stuff. And I feel like they're going to come back in that avenue. I mean, so
that might be why it took so long. Like, this has been a long time coming, and like it's still like they're talking about September. So that this might be them working all the way through potentially GameCube, and of course through all the Game Boy games.
Yeah, because like, get this, the NVIDIA Shield, right?
Yeah.
So in China, they have an NVIDIA Shield, and Nintendo released GameCube and Wii games for it. Mm-hmm. The NVIDIA Shield is the same. Yeah, and the NVIDIA Shield is the same Tegra processor as a Switch. So basically, the way I saw that is them testing what the Switch can handle, but in a different country that's completely disconnected from anyone else.
Right. I know exactly what you're talking about. They've added Metroid Prime, they've added Galaxy, and they added
Twilight
there are
Princess.
rumors that they're Twilight Princess, and there are rumors that they're going to add Donkey Kong Country Returns. I know what you're talking about, and that makes perfect sense. That's what everyone is waiting on. Like GameCube and Wii games on the Switch, and that why would Nintendo just do that and let that be like a one-off thing that they never even touch again? It's virtually the same technology, so I mean that makes sense.
And why would they keep the gyro, the Switch-related gyro, in the Joy-Con? If you play games like Resident Evil Revelations 2, you literally can play with the Joy-Con like you would a Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and have full-on motion controls. Because that's how I play it. I play it like I play Resident Evil 4 on the Wii U. On the Wii, I literally aim with the Joy-Con on the screen. Why would they keep things related to that and not have Wii games come over to the Switch? So I feel like that's going to happen.
Exactly. Out of anything, any piece of technology right now, the Switch is the perfect Wii emulator. Yep. Motion controls and sensor controls and everything. Like I played Shadow Bug, which is one of those games I got from Sick Critic, and I point the sensor at the screen and it shows up. It's perfect. I don't see any complaints with it. I don't have any complaints with it. It's really good. So yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, guys. Yeah, and by the way, speaking of Sick Critic, guys, definitely check out the website. He actually has up a review on sickcritic.com for the game Shadow Bug. Definitely take a look at that if you're looking for a good recommendation for a Nintendo Switch game. But yeah, as far as this online service is concerned, though, I feel like it's going to be great. It might take some time, but I feel like it's going to be great. Just from a level-headed perspective, rather than the fact that we have to pay for online and blah, blah, blah. On the surface, it looks like there isn't much. Just on the surface. But looking at it, the cloud save data backup, that's whatever. If I'm at a friend's house, I get on my profile. Just like the problem I had, my Switch got fried. I sent it to Nintendo. They actually gave me a new Switch. It's not even my original one, so shame on you guys for making it seem like it's my original. It's not. But all my data's on there. I saw the cloud data thing show up on the top right of the screen, and all my stuff re-download. It's already present. And I was using my girlfriend's Switch, and I was on there. I didn't have any of my saved data. And right then and there, the save data cloud backup would have been nice. So I can already see that working out. If I'm at a friend's house, I'm on my profile, I want my data, I can get it. The online app, they can probably make it better.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are things they're going to do. Because, like, for Splatoon, I do like what they did with Splatoon. I will praise that right here, right now. You guys are hearing from my mouth. The Splatoon online app, I praise it. I like it. You get to look through a catalog on there of clothing and weapons that you can't get within the game. Order them on the app. When you get on the game, there's a character you can talk to about getting that stuff that you found on there.
Right.
Like, the app has some deep roots. Yeah. Have you been on it before?
It's really, really intuitive. Like, that, I've never seen any other app do that. Like, to program functionality within the game, like, that's really, really cool.
Yeah,
I think
so, like,
by that extent, it's underrated because they decided to do one stupid thing with it.
And, like, it lets you know the rotations, when the countdown for when the levels are going to change. It lets you know when Salmon Run's coming back. It lets you know the stats on your character items and how much data, experience you need. Like, it's really deeply rooted. And I was impressed by that with the Splatoon app. So it's like, more stuff like that, like with Mario Kart even, how many coins do I need to get the next cart, or blah, blah, blah. I like that stuff. So the app is phenomenal. They just need to, like, move the voice chat over and let the app be a companion more than a requirement. That's definitely what they need to do. And, like, I like the online lounge too. Like, if I'm in a voice chat and then I can look at the app and see, like, even if I can invite people to a party on the app but talk to them on the Switch, I'd be okay with that. They just need to integrate it rather than let them be separate things, because I shouldn't be required.
Right.
But that's just me. I don't know. That's my personal feeling. I'm pretty sure a lot of people share that same feeling, but there are things they can do to make it better, and I'm sure they will. It's just one thing people do have to realize is when you're actually coding and making applications and making programs, it takes a while to change things, like without scrapping it.
Yeah.
So they've heard the outcries, and I'm sure they're going to change or add something to make the experience better. I don't know if they're necessarily going to change it to the experience you want or experience that we want, but I'm sure they're going to make the experience better. It just takes time. That's why they've pushed the online back so many times now.
Yeah.
But
To that point, I think the voice the voice chat, my bad, is so deeply rooted into it that they would rather just make it so it's just an option on the app and just make the version of it on Switch as good as possible. Because I think that voice chat is like the foundation for which the app is like built on. So I think they would rather keep that as like an option. They're like, okay, we get it. It was really stupid. Just enjoy it on the Switch and think about the phone later if you want.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. That actually wraps up this portion of the discussion. It was pretty much just Switch Online, but that's fine because we're going to get to the Star Fox Racing and the Splatoon info that will shock the world in a separate discussion. But either way, guys, thank you for joining us, and I'll catch you later.